Yeah, judging by this picture, it's time to transfer the track plan onto the layout, so let's get started. Right there. Sometimes just a new coat of paint makes all the difference. This BNSF-9 looks really nice and would be a great addition to anyone's layout. Alright, now that the glue is in place, put on the cord, so make sure it's nice and square with the edges of the cable. Okay, so for time's purposes, I'm just going to show you a little section of what I've done. Huntley area. I'm going to do the switch after I do all this straight part here. Now the reason I started it here is because when the curve goes all the way around over to there, it's going to be a 30-inch radius curve, which means, let's see, if I just kept it 30 inches away from the fascia, it would butt up right against the fascia, which I don't want. I've got all that space on the duck under over there. So I made it, I think, 38 inches away. And the reason for that is so it'll be right in the middle of the duck under. It'll look nice. As you can see right here, at the edge of the 4x8 table, the cork is a little bit taller. So I've decided I'm going to sand this down right here. So let's get started with some materials you'll need. So to sand down the cork, I'm going to be using some multi-surface sandpaper from Ace. It has 60 grit sand, I guess you would say. Anyways, I'm going to be using that, and I'll also be using a power sander. You can use a power sander of your choice. For me, I'll be using what I have available. So to start, you're going to want to put a line right down where you're going to sand to. This is about 9 inches away from the edge, which is about the size of the power sander I'm using. You'll see later in this video, of course. I'm sanding it down at a grade so that it is only like 2%. If the grade is too steep on the cork where you sand it down, the trains might have a difficult time going up. Or it might just look really unrealistic, and so you might want to make it look nice. That's why I'm doing it like this. Alright, let's get started. So now we have completed the sanding portion. It looks really nice. I know I didn't include the entire video. If I did, this video itself would have gone on forever, so you know. I'm going to be doing this in a couple of other places on the layout. Also, very, 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 very messy. You're going to be cleaning up forever. But it's well worth it because now we've got a really nice slope. Alright, now we're going to transfer the track plan. Finally, as you can see, I've already done a little bit of that with a Sharpie marker. Yes, I know it's messy. Don't give me any, I don't know, whatever about that. But, I guess let's start over here where I just sanded. So, I have set up my, I guess, drawing rig right here. All I have is just a box that's put up square with the edge, and then I've got this ruler with, you know, the little square part on it. So I'll draw a perfectly square line in turn. You can't even see this, can you? Oh well. Sucks to be you, doesn't it? Alright, now we're complete with that. So let's move on to the switch track that's over down here where the future Dean's plant will be. Alright, so yeah, you can see my journal's kind of torn up. I learned a lesson to never put a notebook in a vacuum. I would prefer not to discuss how that all went down, but let's move on to this. So right here is the switch off to the Dean's plant. Right there. So that looks to be at about, oh, give or take 3 feet, 8 inches. So we'll start putting it there. It looks to be about right at the edge of the curve, where the curve ends. So let's get started. So to start, I just kind of put some nails down in the track. Don't do this. Get yourself some T-pins and save yourself from the mental torture that involves putting big nails into your cork. Anyways, I tacked it down so that I had this nice sloping curve. And now we'll mark some dots in the track, and we'll play a fun game called Connect the Dots. Alright, now I've put a whole bunch of little dots all along this track. So let's lift it up and see how it looks. It's hard to see, but there are some tiny little dots all over, which show where the track was. I guess you can't see them. Oh well. So, as you can see, I drew the line for the switch right here, and it goes all the way out to where the track ends, which is going to be my mill street right there. So let's move on to the curves now. So this right here is the jig I made to draw the curves. And it's honestly just a piece of string that's 30 inches long. That's my 30-inch radius. And it's attached to a pencil at this end, which will be planted into the cork, like I'll show you later. And I've got a Sharpie at this end, which will be used to draw the line for the curves. So let's get started on that. I pretty much just stab the pencil into the cork. And then I have a Sharpie, which is attached to it on a string that's 30 inches long, making me a 30-inch radius curve when I draw it. So I'll zoom out physically, and I'll start drawing. Oh, there we go. Okay, I will start drawing now. Well, that is, I hope. I think I have a 30-inch radius curve now. Boom. So now let's take a look at this. Hang on one second. Good. Good. Alright. As you can see, curve starts over there. And it just goes right along here, all the way up to there. Where I believe it is somewhat, perpendicular with the radius. If that makes any sense whatsoever, I hope it does. Alright, so the entire track plan is transferred, and it's looking pretty good. So Libertyville right here. See, there it goes, all the way around. See, and I got that curve there, which I showed you, the switch, which I showed you. And then Huntley, which goes all the way around, and there's the lift out section. Yes, I did indeed have a little mess up there, like 6 times. But eventually I got it to all work. And of course there's that switch here, which goes to the little industrial siding, right along there. And am I forgetting anything? Oh yeah, everything's pretty much clean on the table. No messes except for 1, the laptop, 2, that thing, and 3, let's see, Le Pile of Stuff. Yes, it has a name. Le Pile of Stuff. Wait, my producers are telling me that it's Le Pile of Stuff. Okay. Well, that's cool. Anyways, bunch of cars here. Yes, I do have a roster update coming out. And, yeah, thanks for watching my 5th episode of Building Your Model Railroad. And I guess I'll be coming out with another one sometime. End of story.